Okay, so we're upstairs. As you can see, there's our opening for where the stairwell is going to be, and we've got a light switch which will be accessed at the top of the stairs as you come up the spiral staircase to allow you to turn on the light at the top of the staircase. And also, you can see here, a cable coming out which will be for a light, pendant light, to hang into that opening space to light the lobby and the stairwell. Two-way control for both. Another switch here which is going to be for our wardrobe light. Not sure exactly what we're going to use, so just belt and braces, just run some flexible conduit so we can pull a cable through. In the back of the wardrobe we're going to have location for our alarm panel. So this is the cable. It's the cable box which has got all the alarm panel cables coming through, coiled over there. Also got a switch fuse connection unit which will be supplying the panel. And then this is for our soffit LED strip lighting. So we've got supply, and then we've got the flexi conduit, goes off to one side of the soffit, and then we've got multi-core. We're using YY cable here, multi-core cable which runs right the way across to the other end of the soffit, so we can supply from both ends. It's 9 metre run, so again, belt and braces to make sure we haven't got any issues with voltage drop. So we've got some sockets, nice little built-in cupboards that the carpenter's made. So we've got our socket, data, so this will be a TV position, and this is where the other end of that YY cable is. And then we have a flexible conduit which goes through the wall. You can see it poking out the other end below the soffit, and that will be to bring the tail in. And for the LED strip, we can make a connection in here. We'll put a blank plate over that to contain it, but it means that that connection is always accessible. It's always a difficulty with LED strip, is making sure you maintain accessibility to your connections, because these things don't last forever. We want to be able to make good if there's any issues. Okay, socket, data. So we've got options for TV, have that on either side. Got a socket position here. You can see the top of the drops going down to our light switches, and then the wiring which is running back to our mains position over there. There's the drops down to the mains. Everything's secured in place using cradles again. Okay, now it's an interesting thing here. The bed is going to be sitting approximately where these stack of plasterboard is, but probably about yay forward. Okay, so to support the bed head and provide a bit of separation into the room, the builder's going to construct a stud partition running through here, coming up to like probably about 1.2 meters, about so far out, and we will be fixing some sockets, light switches, and probably some recessed LED strip lighting into that stud. And so this is the cabling which has got to come into the stud work. Protect it again with flexible conduit to make sure that it's not going to get battered around during the rest of the build. It's difficult sometimes to protect your wiring from other trades, so do as best we can and hope that they treat it with a bit of respect. Fingers crossed. So we've got another ceiling fitting. We don't know what that's going to be. It's going to be a surface fitting of some sort. Smoke detector, obviously linked through to the smoke detectors downstairs, and our last ceiling fitting. And finally, we've got some wiring up here for soffit lighting, which will sit in the this spot. We're going to have 6 spots set up in here. We're also, if we come out into the scaffold, going to be having some lighting on the underside of this soffit. We're going to have 6 spots running on this side. First one in, you can see the cable's just dropped out there at the hole. Also got a PIR floodlight which will be used to light the driveway. Which is set on this corner, just tidy that up quickly. We're going to have another PIR here which will be used just to bring on those soffit lights. So when the people approach from the house, we've got another floodlight on this back corner which will light this back corner area, which is probably going to be a bin store, etc. No lights in the soffit down here, so we've just got that floodlight right down at the far end. We've got another cable popping out which is going to be for a photo cell. Runs back to a lighting panel so we can control the light operation by daylight sensing. We'll also use a timer switch as well, so that we can have on when it gets dark, off at predetermined times. It doesn't have to, the lights don't run all the way through the night. Obviously we're going to put some overrides in there, override off, override on. Okay, looking on the back here again, first of our soffit lights. We're going to have a further 5 running down there, plus LED strips set right back in. So there's our flexi conduit popping out, which will bring the tails for the LED strip in. We'll be fitting that after rendering, hard up against the back of the soffit. There we go. That's the first fix.